Hello, my name is Susan Goings, and my husband and I were married in 1983, and we went on to have 4 children that all attended the Allegheny Highlands school system. And so I've got very short stories, but I have 4 of them. The first one, our daughter Rachel, when she attended the 5th grade, Miss Laws was her teacher. And and I did not find about this late until a parent-teacher conference when Miss Laws told me this story. But she said she was sitting there and with her classroom, and she was asking if anyone knew what the definition of migration was. And so she said, a lot of people looked really unforsure, and she said, Rachel was back there just going, I know what it is. And then she said, well, Rachel, tell us what migration is. And she said, isn't that a type of headache? And so, with my husband being in family practice and I was in nursing, that you realize soon that carries over to your children. And then with her, another little story, she went into Miss Taylor's class, which was 5th grade. And she wasn't feeling well that morning. And I didn't know that, but she went on and went to school. And so she went up to the teacher and she said, I'm not feeling very well. And the teacher said, well, what do you think is going on? And she said, I think I have gastritis. Gastritis. And so I guess that they're picking up more, it's not the stomach ache, but it's gastritis. I have gastritis. And so anyway, that's the story with her. Now with Joseph, I don't have quite funny of a story, but it's a very proud mom story. And that his first year going to the high school. And the high school, they had been attending for maybe a week or 2 weeks. And Joseph comes home and he said, Mom, I think that 2 girls got suspended at the school for smoking in the bathroom. And I said, oh, really? And he said, yes. And he said, why would they do that? They know that it's against the rules. And if you just had every child to think that, like, why would they do that? That's a tough question to answer, but it made me feel good as a mom that's the way that he looked at it. That story. So then our 3rd child, Samuel, he goes into kindergarten, and at that time the teacher was Miss Lachlan, and her husband was the superintendent for the school system at the time. And this was kindergarten, and you heard there were rumors that Miss Lachlan just loved boys, which Samuel was tickled about that. So we go into the open house. And she says, she introduces herself to each child individually. And she said, Samuel, how are you? I'm excited for you to be here in our classroom. And then she said, Samuel, is there anything you want to tell me about yourself? And Samuel said, well, yes, I know how to spell. And she said, you know how to spell? And she said, what can you spell? And he said, open door. And she said, well, how do you spell open door? And he said, O-P-E-N spacebar D-O-O-R. And so, obviously, that little educational toy that we had, or educational software that we had, was DOS operated at the time, and so he did that. And then the last story, our youngest child attended the vocational school, the pre-K school up at the vocational school at the high school. Right next to the high school, the nursery school. And Miss Cosgrove was their instructor. And so one day, this is well into the year, and one day the children were told that they could bring whatever they wanted to show and tell. Well, Peter wanted to bring our dog, our puppy. So I asked Miss Cosgrove if that was okay, and she said sure. And so I bring Clinton in, our yellow lab, and so Clinton, we're all outside so that they can all pet the puppy, or the dog at the time, and Clinton jumped the fence. And then the door was open at the high school. So Clinton runs into the high school, is running up and down the hallways, went into a couple of classrooms, and then we eventually got him, but anyway, yeah, I will say, so to end it, you know, like I said, all 4 of our children attended the public school system at Allegheny, and it was the best experience, and they went on to be very competitive with various colleges, and we could not say enough good words about our teachers within our system during that time. So anyway.